Thousands of Indian farmers have resumed their protest march towards the capital, New Delhi. The farmers are demanding a legal guarantee of a minimum support price on 23 crops along with other policy changes. In fact, for all our viewers tuning into WION right now, we'd like to inform you these are live visuals coming from the Shambhu border. As we can see, protesting farmers have thronged the area. Earlier, we got reports of tear gas being fired at the protesting farmers. As of now, talks with the government so far have been deadlocked. The Punjab-Haryana Shambhu border plunged into chaos as farmers started their march shortly after 11 a.m. local time. The police fired multiple tear gas shells at the site where more than 14,000 people and more than 1,200 trucks are currently present. Once again, these are live visuals coming in from the Shambhu border. The farmers brought in JCBs and other earth-moving machines to break through the barricades in their march towards Delhi. The farmers also came equipped with gas masks to tackle the smoke and tear gas shells being fired at them. The central government has conveyed its strong objection to the Punjab government. The Union Home Ministry urged the state police to take strict action against those breaking the law. The state government has now banned the movement of the earth-moving machines towards the border. The government of Haryana is also on high alert. The Haryana police arrested several protesters early morning in Manesar. They were trying to march into Delhi through Gurugram. Delhi's borders have been sealed or partially closed for the day. Tikri and Singhu borders with Haryana are totally sealed, while Ghazipur and some other crossings in Greater Noida in the National Capital Region are partially closed. The Delhi police have advised people to avoid these routes. The protesters started their march earlier this month from India's northern state of Punjab. They were stopped at the Punjab-Haryana border by the Haryana police. Since then, multiple clashes have been reported as the farmers insisted on carrying out their protest. In its fourth round of talks with farming leaders, the government offered to procure 5 crops at the MSP under a 5-year contract through its cooperatives. But the farmers rejected it, saying it was not in their best interests. The government has invited the union leaders for a 5th round of talks, saying it wants to find a peaceful solution to this ongoing crisis.
आज का अध्यक्ष मंडल आदरणीय
चौथे दौर तक की बातचीत होने के बाद
We have noted the response of farmer unions in the 4th round of talks. We are ready to discuss all issues in the 5th round to find an amicable resolution. I request everyone to maintain peace and find a solution through dialogue.
लेते हुए पुनः
Once again, let us take a look at the live visuals coming in from the border where protesting farmers continue to throng the site. They've come to the site this time with earth-moving vehicles. And as we just saw, tear gas shells were fired at the protesting farmers. The updates stand as of now that the Agriculture Minister has said that the government is ready to discuss all the issues like MSP, crop diversification, stubble issue in a 5th round of talks that is in the offing. The farming leaders have been invited for a discussion. We will, of course, wait and see how that discussion materializes. And to discuss what's actually happening on ground, the latest developments, we are now being joined again by our correspondent, Dharamjot Kaur. She has been getting us the latest updates from the crisis, from the ground situation. She's currently at the Shambhu Punjab-Haryana border. Dharamjot, you have been covering the protest for us for the last few days. Tell us what's happening today. We saw some dramatic visuals of tear gas being fired at the protesting farmers.
Yeah, well, Priyanka, as we speak, just a few minutes ago as well, there was a round of tear gas that was fired. Of course, the Haryana police and other security personnel are using drones to fire tear gas on the protesting farmers over here. Now, Of course, a lot of it is unprovoked at the moment since there is no such movement by the farmers per se. They're not moving towards the national capital right now. The tractors and the trolleys remain where they are. No barricades have been broken. No attempt has been made at the moment. Of course, earlier in the day, for the past few hours, the union leaders have been discussing and mulling over another round of talks as India's agriculture minister has also, put forth a proposal for the 5th round of discussion. So farm union leaders are currently mulling over what step to take. They obviously have their list of demands, and the legal guarantee of MSP, of course, being the most important one and a sticking point that has, not been resolved yet in spite of multiple rounds of meetings. But here on ground, farmers are present here in thousands. Of course, there are loudspeaker announcements that are being made to maintain discipline, to wait for orders from the farm union leaders as and when they give the next instructions. Until then, of course, a huge gathering, but no activity per se on the Punjab side of the border. Priyanka?
Right. Dhananjay, what's your assessment about the mood on ground? We know that the Agriculture Minister has proposed a 5th round of talks, lots of issues on the table to be discussed. How do you gauge the mood of the ground, especially when it comes to the farming union leaders?
Well, Priyanka, the mood here is definitely, there are no mood to give up, that's for sure. The farmers, they come with a very do-or-die absolutist mindset. They say that, it's a make-or-break situation for us. And what the anger or the agitation primarily is not just on the ground that they need MSP, it's also because they accuse the government of not taking any action in terms of their demands ever since the last farmers' agitation came to an end in 2021. So they say that the government had then promised to form a committee and, mull over MSP and how the legal guarantee can be made into a law. But from then to now, over 2.5 years later, they say that no action has been taken towards implementing that policy. And so now the farmers are saying that they want to see action. The time for words is gone. We need to make headway. Of course, they are open to conversations in terms of, discussing the fine print of the law and what their demands are. But they're waiting to see some sort of positive action from the part of the government. Priyanka?
Right. Dhananjay, also Delhi's borders have been fortified. Movement is restricted. Several areas are on high alert. What's the security situation from where you're placed?
Well, the security situation here, Priyanka, it doesn't really look like, a national or a state border. Of course, the security here is very, very high. There's over thousands of security personnel present at the moment, and also layers of barricading that have been done for over a week now. Also, as you could see before and even now, intermittently, the security forces are using tear gas on the crowd of farmers over here to ensure that they do not move forward. Of course, the farmers have made no decision to move towards the national capital as of now, although earlier it was said that they will move at 11 a.m. However, that decision was also put on a hold for now. But yes, security remains very tight. Forces are on very, very high alert, not just here at the Shambhu border, but also at the Karnori border, just a few miles from here, where another group of farmers are also gathered. So yes, security concerns remain high, of course, but as of now, there is no active movement from the Punjab side of the Shambhu border, that is. Priyanka?
Dhananjay, thank you so much for all the live on-ground updates. You mentioned there was another round of tear gas shells. I'll just request you to stay safe and keep bringing us more updates. Thanks. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.